In an attempt to get under control the Nord Stream to adjacent territory, Russian and Belarus special services committed two simultaneous provocations on Latvian territory. Last night, Russian diplomat in Riga was shot down, and the leader of local Russian political organization in Jurmala was mercilessly slaughtered. Russian strategic nuclear forces in Kaliningrad and Crimea are put into full combat alert. Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia are crowded with demonstrations of Russian-speaking locals demanding the governments to return the countries into Russia. Russian provocation in the Baltic countries succeeded. Having support of Russian-speaking locals, 100,000 Russian troops have been divided and started offensive movement to Estonia and Lithuania. Vilnius is surrounded. Tallinn is blocked from the sea. Ports of Klaipėda, Tallinn, and Ventspils are blocked by the Russian fleet. Russian expeditionary forces are finalizing encirclement of Riga in Latvia, dividing the Baltic nations into two war theaters. You think it's a fantasy. In fact, it is part of a computer game scenario on the Third World War. But the shelling of Georgia in 2008, the occupation and annexation of Ukrainian Crimea, the creation of puppet republics in the Donbas, the shelling of Aleppo in Syria, none of it was a computer game. These are the real actions of Russia. Since 2000, the Russian Federation has continuously been ruled by the same person, former KGB captain Vladimir Putin. In 2017, in his interview to film director Oliver Stone, Putin stated that 25 million Russians who found themselves outside Russia after the collapse of the Soviet Union might require protection. The border of Ukraine with Russia is the longest in Europe and makes 2,295 kilometers. In Donetsk and Luhansk, in the coal mining region of Donbas, puppet republics were established with support of Russians, led by a former poultryman and a self-employed entrepreneur. Ukraine declared full mobilization. While in the Donbas, its armed forces launched a long-term anti-terrorist operation. Russia never recognized the direct presence of its troops in the Donbas. Over the last 5 years, Russia and its puppet entities occupied over 7% of the territory of Ukraine. 23,000 people were injured in the military action, and almost 13,000 were killed. Russians keep dozens of Ukrainian prisoners of war and political prisoners incarcerated, including film director Oleh Sentsov. A key asset of Russia in the Putin era is Gazprom, the largest natural gas producer and exporter in the world. Transit of gas through Ukrainian territory is one of the reasons that has kept Russia from attempting a large-scale military invasion. Gazprom has been building bypass pipelines since the late 1990s. A key project is the construction of the second pipeline, Nord Stream 2, to Germany. When finished, it will make Europe fully energy dependent from Russia. Gazprom partners in this project are European companies. Ex-chancellors of Germany and Austria work for Gazprom. Since 2014, USA and the EU have been implementing a gradual plan of sanctions against Russia. Over the last 5 years, over 40 countries have supported the sanctions. On November 25, 2018, 3 ships of the Ukrainian Navy were passing from the Black Sea to the Sea of Azov. When the boats reached the Kerch Strait, which connects the Black Sea and the Sea of Azov, they were attacked by the border guard ships of Russia. 24 Ukrainian military were taken captive, 6 of them injured. This way, in broad daylight, an open act of military aggression was perpetrated by Russia against its neighbor state. World War III is an impending reality. Populists and radicals in Europe, demands to lift sanctions against Russia, fake news and propaganda, energy dependence, tragedies with hundreds of innocent victims, lies and hypocrisy. The threat is real, and it is looming from the east. Economic sanctions to hold it back are no longer enough. Putin's policy will fail only when the Euro-Atlantic world takes a firm stand against it.